If you're running a UK financial services firm, you know that navigating FCA regulation is a constant, high-stakes game. So today, we're going to break down one of the biggest compliance headaches out there and look at a really smart solution that can turn that risk into a real asset for your business.
So where are we getting this from? Well, we're looking at insights from Compliance Consultant. They're a specialist UK regulatory consultancy, and you might know them by another name, the Compliance Doctor. It's a great name, right? It really captures what they do, diagnosing and fixing complex regulatory problems, whether that's governance reviews, AML audits, or getting full FCA authorization.
And their whole mission? It really boils down to this simple but incredibly important tagline. See, it's not about just ticking compliance boxes. It's about building practical, effective systems that actually work for and support your business.
All right, so let's get into that burden. For any firm regulated by the FCA, your compliance paperwork isn't just, well, paperwork. It's a fundamental part of your license to operate. And honestly, it can be a huge weak spot for your business if it's not handled right. Now just let that sink in for a moment. A firm's compliance manual isn't a nice-to-have. It's essential. When the regulator walks through your door, it is literally one of the first things they're going to ask for, and believe me, it sets the tone for their entire visit.
So this really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? It's a question every compliance director needs to be asking. Right now, is your manual protecting your firm? Is it a solid asset, or is it an outdated document that's quietly become a major risk?
And why is it so tough to keep it as an asset? Because the regulatory world just never stands still. We've had massive changes like the consumer duty, plus you've got the ongoing SMCR reforms to think about. Trying to write a manual from a blank page in this environment, it's a gigantic task. And the penalties for getting it wrong, well, they're serious.
Let's put a number on that gigantic task. To get an expert to draft a comprehensive manual from scratch, you're easily looking at 40 to 80 hours of their time. At typical consultant rates, that can add up to £20,000. That is a huge slice of your budget, not to mention the time investment.
Okay, so with that reality check, what's the answer? How can you protect your firm without that massive cost? Well, that brings us to the expert solution, which is all about starting with a professional, rock-solid foundation.
And here it is. The solution is a professionally drafted and, this is the key part, fully editable FCA compliance manual template. What this does is give you an expert-level head start. You get to skip the nightmare of the blank page and jump straight to tailoring a comprehensive document to your firm's exact needs. So, what are the big wins here? Well, the value really comes down to 3 core benefits: complete control, staying current, and of course, saving money. Let's dig into what each of those actually means for you.
First up, control. This isn't some locked-down PDF that you can't touch. It's a Microsoft Word document. That means you can slap your logo on it, put in your own specific procedures, cut out sections that don't apply. You can make it completely your own. It becomes your document.
Next, and this is a big one, is making sure it's current. Regulations are always changing, so your manual has to keep up. This template is kept up to date with all the latest rules, including the full framework for consumer duty, SMCR reforms, and the newest anti-money laundering guidance. You can be confident you're not working with old info.
And finally, we get to the bottom line: cost. Remember that £20,000 figure we talked about? Well, by starting with this template, you get that professional foundation in minutes, not weeks. You're saving dozens of hours of expert time and, you guessed it, thousands of pounds.
So who is this actually for? Honestly, it's for almost everyone in this space. It's perfect for established firms that need to update their existing framework. It's a lifesaver for newly authorized firms starting from square one. It's a powerful tool for busy compliance officers. It's even a great starting point for other compliance consultants to use with their own clients. All right, so we've seen the problem, we've walked through the solution. The path forward is pretty clear. It's all about taking that decisive step to make sure your firm's compliance is buttoned up.
And getting started is really simple. You've got 2 clear options. If you know this is what you need, you can purchase the template right now and get an instant download. But maybe you've got some specific questions or need more tailored support. In that case, you can book a free, no-obligation discovery call to talk directly to their team.
So I'll leave you with this one question. In this world of constant regulatory change, is your compliance manual a document you could confidently hand over to the FCA tomorrow? If there's even a little bit of doubt, you can reach out to Compliance Consultant, the Compliance Doctor, using all the details you see right here on the screen.